Great, thanks, Jason.
All right, so we do have Jason live via Skype here. How are you doing today, Jason?
Not too bad. I can hear you. I assume you can hear me.
You bet. We're rolling. Great presentation. Thank you very much. Clearly, you know your stuff. The questions keep coming in. I do have one question here that came in, and it's in relation to the comment about the farm partnership or the land partnership, and it's forcing the siblings to agree with what we do with that land. Obviously, that structure has huge tax advantages. Can you just speak to the downside or the potential for disagreements with siblings as that structure progresses?
Well, it's got all sorts of problems that could happen. So one of the things that you can anticipate is in the future, after the parents are gone, there's really no patriarch that's keeping the family together. So if you've got particular children who have run into some creditor problems or they've got substance abuse problems, they're going to be ones to try to challenge to get some money out of this inheritance that is kind of locked into the partnership. So the best advice that we've got from our local lawyers here is to make sure that you've tried to anticipate as much as you can inside that partnership agreement and make that kind of as rock solid as you can, because disputes will probably happen.
Perfect, and that's a great segue into question number 2. This one came via text. Jeremy from London. Have you ever seen these land partnership agreements litigated after the parent's death?
We haven't yet. This is a relatively new strategy for our office, so we're in the process right now of implementing them, and we've got some of the partners or some of the partnership interests now transferred down to the next generation. So mom and dad are still around, and as long as they're still around, everybody seems to be on their best behavior.
Perfect. And one more question. The question is via text, and it's land partnership. Would it be an issue in the long run for capital gains exemption / rollover that the farming child is not in the lineal chain of no farming kids?
That question might not be worded the way I'm interpreting it. I think the question is whether or not there could be some long-term effects. The long-term effects on capital gains deduction and on rollover could happen when you get beyond parent and grandparent, because the Income Tax Act is pretty specific that the definition of parent will extend to grandparent, not necessarily going into great-grandpa or great-great-grandpa. So you may run into some issues with the lineal chain there. And if you are running into issues, one of the things that I pointed out on my slides is that you can transfer this land out and have everyone get their proportionate share of the land. And that might help you in terms of qualifying under some of these pieces of legislation.
Perfect. Craig, do you have any questions for Jason?
No, I think that's it, Tyler.